Hey y'all, hey, welcome to The Real with Rini. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It is season 4, episode 1. So we're going to talk about all the things that happened, give you my impressions of the first episode, just to let you know how I feel about it, and we're going to do that in a few minutes. Hey y'all, so the season starts off with Leticia and Marcel going out to dinner, taking her out to a dinner, and they all dressed up and they went to this nice, little restaurant, and they had like a little private area. So she goes, "Oh, this what 15 years get me?" He was like, "Listen, 15 years will get you way more than this. We just, here to just have a little bit of privacy." So anyways, he goes on to talk and just basically talks about, how he thanks her for allowing him the opportunity to go to Africa on this trip by himself because he really needed that time away to just get his mind together and his thoughts together. She goes on to say she didn't really appreciate that because she wanted to go with him, but she, agreed with it towards the end, but she really didn't want it to happen. So throughout the course of the conversation for dinner, it came up with the whole thing, how she felt that he was being messy when he posted that picture of them in Atlanta, because it made it look like Maurice, was lying about the trip. Because when it was asked on the reunion show if he was around Marcel and this girl and saw the relationship, he just automatically said no. So Marcel, his brother, pretty much like threw him under the bus by posting the picture, because then it caused problems with, even with Leticia, she don't want to admit it. It caused problems with her. It caused problems with Kimmy, Maurice's wife, and it made it look like he was a liar. So that's the big thing that's going on with them as far as this episode so far. And then Leticia wanted to just go on and talk about stuff that's happening on social media, everything that's going on. And, Marcel just kept shooting her down. Look, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. This is what they want you to do. I almost feel like he's saying that because, like, he don't want nothing to come out on the junk that he's done or the dirt that he's done. Because, y'all, we all know that Marcel got some junk on him. It just ain't come out yet. And when it come out, I can't wait, okay? Because little naive Leticia needs to understand that her husband ain't all innocent in this thing. So now we're going to move on to Marcel. He went to go work out with Lewis. I guess he's being Lewis's personal trainer. So throughout that workout that they had, the conversations did come up about the reunion show, about Melody, and about just the picture and all that stuff. So Marcel is just determined to not have the image of being a bad guy anymore, because he's convinced in his mind that Melody cheated on him, so they were doing the same thing to each other. But I strongly believe Melody. I believe that when she said she didn't do anything until she moved out of the house, she left him, moved out of the house. Granted, they were still married, but they were not together. So she did what she did. Now, whether y'all want to call that cheating or not, they were still legally married, but they were separated. They were not the same dwelling. She left. So Marcel's trying to hold that over her head and try to justify his reasoning for cheating, because he gonna mention, oh, in her song she goes, gave him 5 years, but it was 5 years ago when she did this to me. Boy, bye. Anyways, as usual, Lewis is trying to give his advice about marriage and, all this other stuff. But then they started talking about the whole thing with that picture that was posted. And Marcel was just saying about how he felt Marcel really threw his brother under the bus, thus causing marital problems with Maurice and Kimmy. And he's saying about how he didn't want Kimmy and Maurice to break up, but, let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may. Y'all was out on this guy's trip. Marcel's girlfriend was there. She said what she said as far as what she saw. I mean, I don't think the girl gonna make this story up. You got all guys hanging out in Atlanta. Marcel's girl is there. I mean, I don't know, but I'm telling y'all like this, the truth is going to come out. It's gonna come out. So now we're gonna move to Kimmy. So Kimmy, she bought herself a dog. She bought herself a dog because she said she just needed that unconditional love that an animal and kids can give. So read between the lines, y'all. Unconditional love. So anyways, the story starts off where she's out there and she's talking to, her husband. Maurice comes out, and you can tell she's still got something heavy on her mind. This is still bothering her. And Kimmy is a very direct person. She don't beat around the bush. She asks direct questions so that you can be clear on what it is that she is trying to get across and what she wants to know. So she just came out and asked. She was like, did you sleep with the linebacker? Period. Did you sleep with the linebacker? You always told me that if I ever asked you a direct question, that you would be truthful with me and that you would give me the answer. So he was like looking at her like with a deer with his face stuck in the headlights, like, I can't believe you just asked me that question. She was she was like, why? Why? It's a very direct question. The answer is either yes or no. But Maurice kept sliding around the answer, and then finally he was like, no, I did not. I did not sleep with her. You know, he got some junk up his sleeve too. He not all innocent either. These men, they all lying, and I really feel like Marcel was the one who really just took the fall. Like, his junk came out. But these other guys got some junk in their closet, y'all, and it's going to come out. It is going to come out. So then Maurice trying to, like she say, divert the conversation. Every time she's trying to ask him direct questions about if he cheated on her, he gonna start talking about her relationship with Tisha. And then she looked at him, she was like, you know what? Every time I try to ask you a question, you always gonna try to divert the conversation towards something else instead of just giving me a direct answer. Period. So y'all, it's something up Maurice's sleeves too. I strongly believe that Maurice did something as well. And all the truths are going to come out. And Kimmy was like, that's a deal breaker for her. Now, one thing Kimmy kind of alluded to and said that I don't totally agree with, but she was basically saying about how they weren't legally married during the time of the Atlanta trip, but they were living together. They had bought a house together. They were together. So they were in a serious committed relationship. Granted, they weren't married, but they were in a serious committed relationship. So I still call that cheating. Period. Moving right along to Miss Destiny, y'all. Okay, I ain't trying to be funny at all. I mean, I'm not. But in my opinion, my ears, in my opinion, I don't think the girl can sing. I'm sorry. When they showed that clip of her in the studio singing, I think her tone was off. That's just my opinion. Now, let me hear the finished product and I might change my mind. But y'all be the judge. I did not think she sounded good. That's just my opinion. Now, do you want to try? She said she used to sing in the past, but whatever. Anyway, so she in the studio singing. Here come Leticia. I didn't even know her and Leticia got close like that. So Leticia coming all jamming to her whatever song that she's trying to sing. So after her little rehearsal thing was over, they go and they sit down and they start talking. So it comes up that I guess when they were all on this trip somewhere, didn't realize that Melody's room was next to Destiny's, and they were talking relatively loud in the room, so Melody heard everything they were saying. So she heard some things that Leticia said about her, okay? Like, oh, Melody's a Scorpio, just talking about Melody, okay? So it wasn't all about them just saying what they heard on the show. She actually heard, Melody heard Leticia talking about her. So then I guess after that, Melody and Destiny got together, and Melody mentioned it to her that she overheard this and that and the other, and that, you know, she didn't really take too kindly to that. She didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So moving along, I guess throughout the process of that, and we're going to talk about that later when I talk about Melody's and Kimmy's meeting together, but Melody had mentioned that I guess she confronted Leticia about it or some way or the other, and Leticia came to her, apologized, and said she was like, whatever, like that. So anyways, I don't blame Melody. Melody is tired of the fakeness, y'all. She tired of the fakeness. Some people want to call her a mean girl or whatever, but I don't blame her. She surrounded herself with these women. Some of these women have backstabbed her. They've been fake. They've been talking about her. So, I mean, how much can one person take? So now she considers Leticia as her enemy because time and time again, she's talking about Melody. So it's like, girl, bye. I don't want you in my circle anymore. Okay, so that's what they was talking about in the studio. Destiny was telling Leticia that Melody considered her enemy. Here go Leticia, I didn't know that. I don't consider her as my enemy. That's just sad. I didn't think that I was her enemy. And I just, you know, I don't have no ill will feelings towards Melody. You know, we're not close. We're, you know, we're not like friends, but, you know, I thought we were good. Girl, bye. So we're to a point where Melody takes Kimmy out. You know, she wants to just check in on her, see how she's doing. So they go out to this little place. They make these little, I forgot what you call it, so I'm not even gonna lie. So they do this little thing that they do with this little food and little cheese and crackers and all this other stuff, different fruits, and they just having the little girls talk and all that stuff. So the conversation comes up, of course, about the picture and how she's been feeling, and Melody just let her know, listen, when I was down, when I was going through my stuff, you always called and checked on me, so I just want to return that favor, just check on you to see how you're doing. So Kimmy, you know, she opened up a little bit and was like how crazy things been, how the internet's been going crazy, all this, that, and the other. And she just basically said she believed her husband. She has no reason to not believe her husband. Which I guess that's true. guilty till proven innocent till proven guilty, right? So I guess she gonna stick by her man. So, and then Melody, you know, they do a little side little interviews or whatever. She was like, you know, I get all of that and stuff, but you know, I believe my husband, and look where it ended up having me end up at. I believe my husband to the end, but look where I ended up. So I guess she just, you know, she trying to be supportive, trying to listen, not trying to like tell her what to do or like get on her or nothing, but she just offering her, you know, support and, you know, just understanding. But Kimmy did say, you know, we weren't married at the time. But the Melly was like, but y'all was together though. Y'all was living together. She said, oh yeah. We bought a house and we were living together. But if it was after the point when we got married, it would have been a deal breaker because it's a different level of commitment. Now, y'all, I love Kimmy. That's my soror. I love her. But I don't agree with her concept. Because if you done bought a house with a man, y'all done moved in together, that's not a serious enough commitment. If you done gone out of town and slept with another woman, that's not a serious enough commitment. Girl, I'm not even going front. I can't remember Maurice's and Marcel's other brother. But anyway, she decided to put this family dinner together and invited Maurice and Kimmy. His wife was there, and Marcel and Tisha was there. So they having a dinner. And of course, the whole conversation, the purpose was to just try to make amends, bring that whole conversation up about the pitcher, sleeping with the linebackers, them all out there cheating. And of course, you know how Marcel is. He says things what he said to get a rise out of people. And it was like, I didn't expect for you to get involved. And Kimmy was like, I can't believe it. Like, why? And Maurice was like, what? But the whole part about this was a cliffhanger to me, guys. That's going to really make me can't wait to watch the next episode. Was Maurice. Maurice was like, it's a whole bunch I could say about everything, but I have chosen not to say it. But it's a whole lot that I could say about this trip. Baby. They brothers, but they taking jabs at each other, okay? Because Maurice is feeling some kind of way that Marcel threw him under the bus. So it's like, okay, you want to throw me under the bus? Let me let it out what you've been doing. I can't wait till it come out, y'all. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got. My impressions of the first episode. I think it was pretty interesting. It's got me wanting to watch the next one. So I'll be watching the next one, guys, and doing my review on that. I hope y'all come back and watch my review on episode 2, which is going to be this Friday night. I can't wait till it come on. I'm going to give my review about it. Make sure that y'all subscribe to my channel, share the video, and like, guys. And I will see y'all at the next video. Bye.